Hey guys, it's Overlord here, back in another video, and today we're having a look at my top 10 favorite Star Wars Black Series figures of 2017. Yeah, I know, I got enough of these to make a list now. Kinda scary. Just up front, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan on the face of the planet. That award goes to people like T-Biz and Count Stankus, Toy Galaxy, and etc. But I do enjoy the franchise. I pick and choose with this line, so I don't have every figure from this past year. But I did buy the ones I liked, and of the ones I liked, the very top 10 are the ones we will be taking a look at today. So without further ado, let's move on to some honorable mentions. Starting off with said honorable mentions, I may be cheating a little bit here, but I never had this figure before, so here goes nothing. Again, this is a case where, like the other day when I did my Marvel Legends list, I had the Toy Biz carded Wolverine as the honorable mention. Kind of doing the same thing here because this guy does a few things better than the predecessor. And first of all, he's much cleaner. The paint is well applied, or more well applied, I should say. And his guns have a nice wash. He was available in the 40th anniversary collection and in the standard Black Series line. But overall, I really do like the Stormtrooper figure. He's probably one of my favorite Black Series figures overall. I couldn't justify putting him on the list because he was released before. But some other figures I really liked were Snoke, the Snow Trooper, the classic one, and the AT-AT driver. So with that being said, let's move on to the number 10 spot. And coming in at the number 10 spot, we have Hera from the Rebels series. Now this figure didn't do a whole heck of a lot for me. I know it's a lot of people's sometimes number 1, number 2 Black Series from last year. But other than the fact it looks really nice, not a whole lot going on. I wish the goggles could fold down, and I wish her gun was a little bit more snug in the holster, and maybe she had a little bit better of a grip on it, but for what she is, she's not bad, and that's why she takes this spot on the list. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn from A, the Expanded Universe, and B, the Rebels series. Again, like with Hera, this guy doesn't have a whole lot going on. He's basically Krennic with a blue head. If he had his little pet lizard guy who's kind of force sensitive and can mentally screw with Jedis, that would have maybe put him up a tier higher, but overall it's a really nice figure, just not a whole lot going on, but he definitely deserves this spot on the list. Coming in at the number 8 spot, and again, I might get some slack for this because A, it's kind of from 2016, and yeah, I was one of those guys who did get this figure kind of early, along with the AT-AT driver, which I mentioned earlier. And B, a lot of people really like this figure. Again, it's really cool, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me. Sabine from the Rebels series here, with the helmet on, looks great. I'm not too sure about the human face. I'm not really digging that. And she kind of doesn't have the tightest grip on her accessories, but again, little nitpicky things like that, yeah, I can kind of look past. The main reason is this figure doesn't like to stand, kind of like Ahsoka, Hera as well, although Hera is probably the easiest out of all of them. I think Sabine definitely deserves this spot on the list. She would have ranked higher had it not been for the few issues I do have with the figure. Coming in at the number 7 spot, we have the Toys R Us exclusive I agree. The only exclusive on this list, only because it's really the only one that's worth putting on here, aside from Snoke, who received an honorable mention. I'm a sucker for the clone commanders. I would have loved to have had Captain Rex, but I decided to hold out until the reissue with the digital face scan came out. But yeah, other than the fact that this guy's antenna sometimes pops off, I should say. Can't talk again. I really like this dude. He came with the blaster he has right now, and he came with one of the longer blasters. Is that a bazooka type thing or a rifle? I can't remember. And he also came with some binoculars. So yeah, other than that, the paint's really nice. It looks really cool. And that's why he takes this spot on the list. And coming in at the number 6 spot, another one I'm probably going to catch flack for because it ain't higher. This was a suicide mission, wasn't it? Just like Rogue One. Moving on. We have Jyn Erso from the expanded universe. Again, I'm kind of surprised they're touching these characters. You know, with the whole Disney owning Star Wars thing. But you know what? Kudos. Because this is a really nice figure and probably the best female figure the Black Series has ever made. Her and Ahsoka are probably two of the best ones, along with the other two that were on this list. But you basically get two figures in one because you can remove that little flight suit. Her helmet, nice and soft, can go on the head without any paint rub. And, you know, she comes with a lightsaber and a blaster and the whole 9 yards. So that's why she takes this spot on the list. Oh, and one other thing. She's got an ab crunch. Yeah! So you can't bitch about that. Coming down to the wire here and taking the number 5 spot are the Praetorian Guards from The Last Jedi. Had a brain fart. I really like these guys. Yeah, their shoulders, elbows may be a little limited, but with a little work, you can get them to work. I particularly like the one in the cloth skirt, just because you can get some more dynamic poses out of him, but the ones with the plastic skirts, you know, definitely are worthy as is. I like the assortment of weapons you get. I kind of wish this dude in the middle here, the fancy hat, came with that whip thing they used, but other than that, these guys definitely deserve this spot on the list just for looking pretty badass, I must say. All posed up together. Look at that. Fuck you up, son. And coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the very, very, more or less, well-executed and surprisingly articulated Imperial Guard, Emperor's Royal Guard, Red Guard, Conehead. A really solid figure. I like the fact that they went with the expanded universe type deal with the Crimson Empire and gave him the pseudo stormtrooper armor. I think that's a nice touch. I like the fact that the cape's nice and soft and does hang pretty well when he's holding his little pike there with 2 hands. Downside, the head's hardly moved, but that's to be expected. But other than that, he's definitely an awesome figure. I highly recommend at least having 2 of these. So yeah, he definitely deserves this spot on the list. Coming in at the number 3 spot, and I have to give it up for my favorite alien from the Star Wars universe, Tuscan Raider. I love this dude. This is the 40th anniversary version. At least that's how I got mine. I didn't hardly ever see him in the box, but he wasn't too expensive on Amazon by himself. You know, without the fancy piece of cardboard slapped behind him. This figure's really cool. He came with a blaster and, a rifle, more or less. And 3 different tips for his combi staff. I chose that one because it was the one that fit in the best. And, yeah, I love the fact that I can have him, you know, pissed off and raging like he is now. Really awesome figure. Highly recommend you get a couple of these. I still want 2 more. Maybe that'll happen in the future. But he definitely deserves this spot on the list just for being so damn awesome. Coming in at the number 2 spot, and special thanks to Mr. Ivan Ruiz for hooking me up with this guy. We have Darth Revan. Now, again, he was kind of part of that 2016/2017 wave, but I decided to throw him in anyways, just because would have maybe not have been a top 10. It would have been more like a top 5. So he definitely had to make it in, just because this figure is freaking tight. I really like this dude. I like the fact that he came with both lightsabers. I like the fact that he looks... If Boba Fett wielded lightsabers, he'd probably look something like this. He is Mandalorian after all. And overall, really good articulation for what he is, so definitely deserves this spot on the list. Look at that thing. Badass! And coming in at the number 1 spot, the technically overlord of the Star Wars universe, we have Lord Vader himself. Yeah, I know. Again, kind of cheating considering he technically existed beforehand, but I don't give a shit. This thing is badass. This is the 40th anniversary version, so I got the crappy stand for free, technically. I paid $16 for this dude. Really, really awesome. Kind of wish I had the satanic red eye variant, but oh well. Overall, this is the best Darth Vader in 6-inch scale, in my opinion. It's the most affordable, the most badass looking. You probably buy them on clearance at Walmart. You need this in your life if you like Star Wars. So that's why he is the number 1 Star Wars Black Series figure of the year and will definitely land a spot on the top 10 action figures overall 2017. So that being said, I'm going to close this thing out and I'll move on with our goddamn lives. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Overall, I think last year was half-ass decent for Black Series. You know, we did get those boring, random, generic characters here and there, but overall, I liked majority of what I bought. I can't say I was dissatisfied with any Black Series I bought. I like some more than others, but you know, that's how it goes. That's why this list is how it is, and that's why my likes are different from yours. So if you don't like it, like I said in the Marvel Legends list, make your own. Although at this point you probably already have, so just let me know what it is in the comments. Link the video, do whatever. Go have a cup of tea, go jump off a cliff. I really don't care. So, again, I may not know much about Star Wars, but I do like cool toys, and I'd say everyone on this list was a cool toy, in my opinion. So, that being said, stay tuned for the top 10 action figures overall of 2017. I'm going to do a multiverse top 10, because quite frankly, who gives a shite? So, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. I am your father. Happy birthday to James Earl Jones. Just a side note. Never knew he was Mufasa.